Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are studying Hadith Research, and today's our topic is types of Hadith and terminology, and especially we'll discuss the research of weak, unreliable Hadith. Especially, this is the topic. You know that we are studying the procedure of conducting Hadith research. As you have mentioned that we have used the two methods. Derived method means that the content to check based on Quran and logic, and also check that the name of chain of narrators, all the narrators are reliable or not. You know that we have discussed that the best quality of historical evidence is which is called tawatur, means frequent report that thousands persons in different generations to at the time when this happened and to going to today, this is the same situation happens, then it is called the best quality of historical evidence. And the other thing we discuss, which is called individual, one persons or some persons explain about some report. So this report, its quality may be good or it may be a bad. It may be true, which may be 90% reliable, or it may be weak, which may be 1%, or it may be become a spam, which is minus 100% or minus 10%, like this. This may happen. So that's why we conduct Hadith research. You know that we have studied that types of Hadith reports. That left side you can see the reliability of Hadith reports. The red color is mardud. Mardud means unacceptable, fraud, spam reports, which are negative comments. Maqbool means acceptable reports, which are sahih. Sahih means reliable information, which is from 80 to 90%, like this. And Hasan is also mentioned. Fair information means from 60 to 80%, like this. That's okay, reliable, okay. But it may be a weak, some unique things. And second, on right side you can see the classification based on the number of narrators. If the large number of persons in all the generations, this is called mutawatir. Mutawatir means that it is not possible that lot of persons agreed on the some false information. No, it is not practical possible. Khabar wahid means that by many, one or two or three persons, like this. Famous news, which are means that at least three persons mention it. Aziz news means that only one or two persons mention this. And unique news are that only one person mention it, which means its authenticity weakness is there. So now our focus is on Za'if Hadith. Za'if means weak reports. Definition is literally meaning weak reports, but in terminology it means it is not reliable report. Za'if report, it may be from 1 to 50% based on reliability. And when it go to Mawzu report, Mawdu means stam, which means negative, which means -1 to -100%, like this, which is unreliable. This is spam. And Zaif is okay, that this is a weak. Okay, it might be reliable, but we are not confirmed. So use of weak reports, if it is 50% reliable report, which is not against the Quran, logic, ethics, then it is said okay to use such weak reports. But if the weak reports is 50% and the same reports match with reliable Sahih means reliable 90% reports, then it means that the weak reports also become strengthened as a result of that. Common persons should avoid such weak reports because it may be unreliable and spam report which may result against the Quran, authentic reports and unethical activities, so you should avoid it. But for scholars should check it that if it is a weak report, if you further report on the same topic and which is reliable, then okay, you can accept it. These are the types and reasons of weaknesses about reports. Asqat sanad. Asqat sanad means broken chain of narrators, which means some narrators or names are not mentioned, which means whether they are reliable or not. You can give ranking around, it may be 20% okay, or you can even less than that. Other types is mu'allaq hadith. Mu'allaq means hanging report, which is a narrator is not mentioned or the content is not complete. So it may be 25% or maybe 10% or maybe 1%. So it depends on the research. Your research, you'll have to check it. Mursal hadith means weak report, that the clear names of narrators is not mentioned and we don't know whether they are reliable or not, so you will give ranking, maybe give a 10% like this. Mu'dal hadith means that at least two or more persons name is not mentioned, so which means we cannot conduct a research. Munqata hadith, broken report means that broken chain of narrator, which means narrators names at all not available. It may be its weakness become further, it will be now only 5%. Then mudallis hadith means hiding weaknesses they have done, so its weakness further go down, it go to 1%, because a person have just not mentioned the name of his teacher. How was, whether don't know whether reliable or unreliable, and usually such persons may be unreliable, that's why his name is not mentioned. Types and reasons of weaknesses about reports. Further types terminology is there. Mursal khafi, which means secret reports which are not mentioned further by others. I have just given the ranking 15, but you can reduce it. It is just to give an idea. Mu'annan hadith, which means an word is means, which is means that by Mr. A, by Mr. B, by Mr. C, like this is mentioned. So this is also called a weakness. Matruk means rejected hadith, which means confirm it is a liar person is there. So it means it go to 0% or even minus 1%, go out to minus 100%, like this. Munkar hadith, the person of a narrator who makes a lot of mistakes and confusion, which means it is very weak report. Muallal Hadith. It is a report which is not clear and is might have some mistakes or errors are there. Unknown narrators, which means name of narrators is there, but we don't know who are these persons. So this means also a weak report. Reports of a biased narrators, which will go to 0 to minus, which means that he has some created spam reports which are against the Quran, authentic reports and logic. It is against it, so it means it is unreliability. Zaim, Zaif Hadith, which is weak reports. These are the types and reasons because minimum capacity to record Hadith reports. This may happen. Loss of memory, a person may happen. As a result of that, a lot of mistakes may happen. Damage, diary. So it means his confusion may happen after that. He was a reliable person, so his reports will be accepted before loss of memory. Which means that before loss of memory, whatever he has mentioned, then it's okay. But after his loss of memory, after the accident, his reports will not be accepted. If type of reports are more important, it needs to confirm that he deliver reports before accidents or after accidents. You'll have to check it. But how you can get it? But this is done already by Hadith researchers. They have done it. So just we'll have to read their reports. Types and reasons of weaknesses about reports. These are the types of Mardood Hadith. Mardood means rejected Hadith. This is against Quran, against ethics or illogical things. So you can go it from 0 to minus 100%. Muddarrij. Muddarrij means a confused report. 1 to 100%. Maqloob Hadith means a report in which important words are changed, which result in concept meaning, which will change. So it is also a spam, 0%. You can give it. Think it. Al-Mazid fi Muttasil Al-Asanid. Some sentences are added which are not mentioned in the original report, which means it is a sort of a mistake or it may be a spam. Mustarab Hadith. Mustarab means that a lot of chain of narrators, but the concept is different chain. So this is a conflict of interest. So this is also 0 to minus 100% you can give a ranking. Shaz Hadith. Shaz means that exceptional report which is not mentioned by other person, but only one person mentioned the report, but no other person understand it. So it means that there may be some confusion, something might be there. So this will be also a conflict of interest. You can see that these are the books of weak Hadith reports. I have mentioned their names, and if you need, you can search the names of these books or scholar, and then you can download it. Otherwise, in the website you can find it. You know that this classification of Hadith reports are whether they are practical or unpractical, whether they are secure or they are cancelled. You'll have to check it. whether this reports about the Prophet or this is the source of Allah. If from God, some discussion is done with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is called mawquf, means that this is just the sentence of a companion. Maqtu means that some scholar of next generation, this is his sentences. So definitely Maqtu is not very reliable reports. Musnad means that about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam report is there. Muttasil means that the chain of narrators is connected with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ziyadatus siqat, additional sentences of other reliable narrators. So as a result of that, we can get the explanation about the report. Shahid and tabe means that the further evidence will be there, so which may result sentence of one report. So this terminology you should understand it, that classification of hadith reports based on sources. Hadith Qudsi means that the discussion of God explained to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Marfu means discussion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he explained to his companions. Musnad means the chain of narrator to the Prophet is connected. Mawquf means that the chain of a narrator finish till at a companion, which means a companion gives some sentence. Maqtu means a chain of narrator finish at our next generation. So we don't know whether it is reliable or not. Use of such reports may be reliable or unreliable. We need to check it. If reliable, then we can use it for performance. Just to explain something. Then use of mawquf or maqtu reports. This is just for an historical evidence only, and that's it. We cannot get it to confirm on religious issues. No. Classification of hadith reports. These are the muttasil hadith, which means chain of narrators are complete. Ziyadat as-siqat, which means that some reliable narrators add something. I'timad means that based on some other chain of narrators, this chain of narrator become secure. Then shahid means just as an further evidence about it. So how you can get it? As I can share this website hadith.islam-db.com. So you'll have to just open it, and then in the search you have to search through Arabic some important word or sentence. Then you will search and you will find it a lot of reports in which the same word is used. Iqra al-Hadith means if you click, it will open that Hadith report. Just as an example, I have done here Al-Mahdi and then searched different reports. So one report we see, this is some scholar, his name is Matar, sent that Mr. Kaab said. I have mentioned its translation. It will be named Al-Mahdi because he does not guide to a matter that has been hidden. He said he extracts the Torah and the Gospels from what he brings forth from him. But it is not the report of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some person, Kaab, said something, but we don't know whether who is Mr. Kaab. We don't know. Okay, further we see that the same person, Mr. Matar, mentioned that I got report from a person he got from a companion, Ubay Said al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu. That companion said that we got from Matar, he got from some other person, he got from Abu Sayyid al-Khudri, said, indeed the Mahdi is the most sublime of me. Then Abu Sayyid Khudri radiyallahu anhu was a companion, he was reliable, but who was this Rajal? Who was the person? We don't know his name. And what about this Matar? If with this Mr. Matar we click, you will find about his whether he is a reliable person or not. So it was mentioned that his name is mentioned, and but it was Abu Sayyid Khudri. He was a companion and he was died at Medina city. That's okay, he was a reliable person. But now we see Abu Matar. Who was Matar? So it is mentioned unknown person. Especially two researchers they have conducted. Abu Hajar Asqalani mentioned Majhul, that sorry we don't know about him. Az-Zahabi, another researcher, he also mentioned that we don't know about Abu Matar. So means Mr. Matar is unknown person, which is simply means he is not a reliable person. And the name Rajul, a man, whether his name, whether he was reliable or not, we don't know. So it means that this report is not authentic. So, but you can see the same report in further books. You can see it and then you can make a decision whether it was a reliable report or not. So whatever questions you have, you can ask from the email. We will see further inshallah in the next lectures. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.